Hey, Slush, hey, do buckaroos. How the heck are you? Trying to get going a little bit earlier than I typically do on my Tuesday videos because I'm typically off on Wednesday. Kind of debating whether to do one or not. I didn't do one last Tuesday, but I figured, what the hell? Let me just check everything real fast. Facebook's moved everything around on me again. There we go. There it is. It wasn't popping up for some reason. Okay, I think we're in business. As much as we're going to be anyway. Make sure everything's working right there. All right, we're in business. All right, how the heck are you? Had to pour me some whiskey. I've got a beer and wings here, but want to have the really good stuff tonight. Well, for me, it's really good stuff. Everybody's got their own opinion, right? I'm a guy of modest means, so um, aged 4 years. It's the Rocktown Single Barrel Golden Promise. I say this about almost everything I buy, I know, but I wish I had about two of this one because it's so unique. It is just so different from everything else. That Golden Promise malt really takes it in a different direction, especially at that 128.2. I really wish I'd have bought a second bottle of this, but now that I say that out loud, I'm thinking that there was only one there. Finished in toasted French oak barrels, single barrel Golden Promise bourbon is distilled from a mash of 82% Arkansas corn, 9% Golden Promise malt, and 9% distiller's malt, bottled at cask strength from one single barrel. So anyway, Slancha, how the heck are you, man? Oh, I haven't had this one neat in a while, so I'm reconnecting with it, if you will. I did pour some on the rocks too. That I'm probably gonna get to quicker. It wasn't quite ready, but now. Oh god, that whiskey is so gorgeous. It's that mouthfeel, man. The viscosity of that whiskey is so perfect. But I don't want too much water to melt, so I'm gonna go at this rocks first before I tackle the neat. How is everybody doing tonight? I assume wherever you live now, all your kids are all back in school. I'm glad to be a grandpa. Not worried about that anymore. Uh, oh, need to get some bills caught up. But once I get there, I really want to get back to Arkansas, Little Rock specifically. I hadn't been there in over a decade. And I really enjoyed it. But our money was a little tight. We didn't have that much time. So there are a lot of places I think we both wanted to hit that we didn't. And I knew going in we weren't going to get to every place. That's why I really wasn't sweating it. There were a couple of key places I really wanted to go while we were there. Hey, Shane, how are you, brother? I'm going to post a comment. I really wanted to hit Moody Brews. So I know the owner of the brewery. I guess I shouldn't say old friends. I mean, we've known each other a long time. It's not like we ever hung out together, but he's a good guy. The beer there is fantastic. And I really wanted to hit Rocktown Distillery. Everything else I got to was a bonus. So, but there were a couple of places I didn't get to, and I got us in this one spot, so I could hit the local places there, but we really didn't get to as many of them as I'd hoped either. We just kind of ran out of time and. Oh gosh, that whiskey's so good. That Golden Promise. I've this you know, you see a lot of crossover, right? Well, distiller's got this whiskey, this has got this one, but I've never seen a distiller do a Golden Promise before, and this one really intrigued me. And I had a friend make a comment that kind of makes sense. Is that he said he feels like they were, frustrated brewers that decided to make whiskey, and he may have something when you look at they've got this whiskey with Golden Promise, another one with chocolate malt, more not necessarily products that distillers instinctively use, but I'm telling you, the products are just insanely good. I really, really love this Golden Promise, man. It is just something special. Oh, not drinking too much tonight because I got a workout scheduled tomorrow, but figured I'd have a little bit and relax anyways. Pop that comment up. Change says next time, Little Rock, let me know. Oh, I didn't realize that shit. I actually missed Flyaway this particular trip. I had intended to get there either Friday or Saturday, but I was hanging out with a friend Saturday, and he kind of changed the game plan. So, anyways, but it gives me something to look forward to next time. Yeah, I didn't realize you were there because I did hit Diamond Bear, um, had Diamond Bear, Moody Brews, Southern Tail. I just didn't. I just ran out of time to get everybody. Stone's Throw. I really like Southern Tail though. I'm right there where I'm getting all those nice sugars right to the surface. Uh, finish up that rock, so I don't want too much water to get in there. Ugh. Gotta pour me a beer here. And I'm gonna drink that whiskey neat. Yeah, I was really impressed with Moody Brews. I mean, I've known the owner and brewer Josiah Moody for a lot of years. I know I've had some of the products that he's contract brewed in the past, or gypsy brewed might be more accurate. But it was the first time I had a chance to get to his brewery, and his beer is just freaking outstanding. Some of the best stuff I've ever had in my life. I mean, he had one that used Sauvignon Blanc grapes that was just crazy good. And then the other one he had that I really loved, and I'm not a guy that typically likes adjunct, so we had a watermelon ginger double IPA that just knocked my socks off, man. That beer was just insane. All right, let me pick up my neat again. Oh, flavors, aromas, everything about this whiskey is wonderful, but I can't. emphasize enough. It's just a pleasant whiskey to drink. The viscosity, the mouthfeel is just perfect. It just feels velvety smooth. It is so easy to drink at that proof. I don't know if you noticed that. Let me do that one for you. There was no face involved there, right? There was nothing. This whiskey is 128 point. Oh no, actually that was the barrel number. This whiskey is. Hey, you looked at that wrong, top. This whiskey is 110.4. I was reading you the barrel number earlier. I apologize. It's 110.4. Had anything to drink yet? Really? Let me show that to you so you know I'm not lying to you this time, though. So even at that 110 and change, it is so easy to drink. Oh, mercy. Let's set that down. Put that whiskey back up there where you can see it. That perched nicely up there. Oh. Had the option you either go with the whiskey or Lost 40. Yeah, I've been to Lost 40 before, and they're okay. They don't knock my socks off, in all honesty. And they're they're not really a small guy anymore. I didn't. Yeah. I kind of wanted to hit Lost or Flyway, but the person I was hanging out with Saturday wasn't a huge fan of Flyway. And I've had Flyway products before. I've just never visited the brewery, but I've had a lot of their products. But it's been a little bit. But my main goal was to hit Moody Brews because I really wanted to visit Josiah Moody out there, and that brewery's insane. But I was impressed with Southern Tale because the two beers I had out there, I had their Baltic Porter and their barley wine, and both of those beers were just crazy good, man. But it gives me a reason to get back out there. It's only 4 hours from home, so uh, I think my wife and I, yeah, just get, I know for a while there we talked about going back, but then as years went by, it just kind of we forgot why we wanted to get out there. But I know we both had a good time out there, so we could even get out there on a weekend. If I've got a weekend off, we can go up there on a Saturday morning, spend the night, and come back later on Sunday. Oh gosh, man, that whiskey is so good and incredibly easy to drink at that proof. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of Lost 40 products before, Shane, and I always thought they were good, but I've never had anything that really knocked my socks off. They weren't on my top priority. I would like to go back and hit them, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Moody Brews and Rocktown were the main places I wanted to hit, and everything else was a bonus. I wanted to hit Dugan's Pub, and I did. My wife and I went there for dinner, mostly on nostalgia because we went there many, many years ago, and I really liked Don Dugan and the place. And the friend I was with that was a fan of Stone's Throw, and that's when I had that's where I met him. Actually, was at Stone's Throw, so there was a nostalgic reason to hit Stone's Throw. And that place hasn't changed a lick. They haven't grown. They haven't done anything. But beer's good. So I'm gonna finish this up. I did make myself a cocktail, so I'll be right back. Let me adjust my props up here. Put that one off to the side. Put the Buffalo Trace there because that's what I use for this cocktail. 90 proof wheated bourbon. Now the allocations have been lifted. It's back at the price point it should have always been at, which is about $25. Everybody that paid more than $25 for Buffalo Trace is an idiot. So I'm calling this cocktail not a julep. It's not a mint julep. That's what I'm calling it. Not a mint julep. What I used in here though is the Buffalo Trace. I used a marshmallow root vanilla simple syrup, some fresh mint bitters, and then a mint garnish there. Muddled some mint as I stirred, didn't shake, and then poured it into a coupe with a nice piece of mint for a garnish. But it's not a julep. It's not a mint julep. The ingredients are close to it. Oh man! So I made a simple syrup over the weekend using the marshmallow root and some vanilla. I was trying to get to a very specific flavor, and it worked. I liked the way that came out, but it also because of it just made a nice simple syrup, almost like a donut glaze, if you will. So I used it to make a cocktail I call Bear Claw. But I wanted to try it here to add a little bit of sweetness. But again, wanted to make something similar to a julep, I guess, without actually being a mint julep. So 2 ounces of the whiskey, 1 ounce of the simple, couple dashes mint bitters to bring out the aromatics, and it's just a nice summer cocktail without a ton of ice. I'm just not an ice guy. Everybody wants to drink with a whole lot of ice in it. So I don't need ice. Just chill the fucking drink, pour in a glass. anyways, I digress. Oh. We hope to get down into Hot Springs, but like I said, we just kind of ran out of time and money. I mean, budget was a little tighter than I usually like, and I mean, we didn't really keep us from doing anything because we just kind of ran out of time, and it's okay. We better start heading back. But I really want to enjoy my time at Moody Brews and Rocktown. So I mean, I bought a lot of product from both places. I decided, okay, I want to do this. We'll do other things next time. But yeah, there is quite a bit more down there we'd like to see. There were some other restaurants and cocktail bars and lounges that I'd like to get to. That it just, like I said, we just ran out of time. My wife and I are different than a lot of folks too. We both get tired of eating out. About 3 days is all we could take. when I tell people that, they kind of look at me with their head cocked like a confused dog. There's only so much. I just don't enjoy eating out that much anymore. I want to be home cooking. I like to make things a very particular way. So. But I will tell you that the restaurants we did eat at up there were all very good. We were at Community Bakery there in Soma for breakfast one day, and that was really good. Wife had biscuits and gravy she really liked. And I was going to order a breakfast item when I saw something else on the menu that it was they had a spicy pimento cheese sandwich on or a jalapeno it was a spicy jalapeno pimento cheese on jalapeno cheddar bread. Oh man! So that's what I had for breakfast one morning, and man, it was just crazy good, man. Then we, like I said, we ate at with Dugan's Pub and had their fish and chips or cod is. I mean, it's nice, ham breaded, flaky cod. The first night we got to town, we were tired, so we just wanted something quick. So we're staying in the Soma area, so we just stopped into that rock and roll sushi, and that was rather impressive. We happened to get there at happy hour, so I think what we get crab rangoons, I think. I can't remember now, or yeah, I think so. It was half price, and wife got a roll. I got a roll. We probably could have shared one roll because she ended up taking a lot of hers back. Uh, she got this roll that was just loaded with crawfish meat on top, and I got a rock lobster roll that was rather impressive. Oh man, that's nice. Yeah, I like the flavors of a julep. I don't. I'm not big into highball style cocktails anymore. I don't like a lot of ice. But I wanted to see what flavor this vanilla marshmallow root simple syrup would give this, and I really like because it gives it a little bit of bite. I get that sweetness, I get that vanilla. Just makes it a little richer cocktail. Then I added the mint bitters, mostly for aromatics. So, anyways, there you go. All right, folks. All right, folks. That's all I got. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, Public Beer Drinker, Purveyor Wisdom, and I'm also Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, Prolific Whiskey Drinker, Purveyor Wisdom, and all around good guys, slant you guys. Thanks for